Hello.
Yes, greetings, beloved. How are you? This is Ella.
Hey, I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing good, thank you. Nice to be on the phone with you.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Okay, have you ever received a psychic medium reading, or should I explain to you how I conduct sessions, or?
Well, I've never had one before.
Let me turn you up a little bit. Okay, you never had one before?
No, I've never had one before.
Okay. Well, I am a psychic medium, right? There's a difference between a psychic and a psychic medium. A psychic medium is someone who connects, or rather channels, and I will be channeling throughout our session. I will be communicating with your spirit guides. Your spirit guides are going to begin to tell me things about you from that happened throughout different timelines, right? Your past, present, and future, only to help you along your spiritual journey. However, as I was dialing your number, your spirit guides did mention to me that, you were new to spirituality. So I'm not sure if you have lots of questions. If do you have questions for me as well, or is this something that you just want to hear the messages that's coming through?
Well, I mean, I want to hear the messages that's coming through, but I also want to, I guess, know kind of what I should work towards, or kind of like, what direction I need to be sort of heading to.
Well, it's interesting that you said that because I see you in a house looking in front, looking at it like through a window, but the front of the house. So you're inside of this house, right? This is what your spirit guides are showing me. Your spirit guides are showing me that you are inside of a house looking through the front window. Anytime when you see a house in Feng Shui, the front of the house represents the future. The sides of the house represents current situations, and then the back of the house represents the past. So in any event, the fact that you're saying you want to know what's happening in the near future, or rather where you should be going, I always mention to my clients, hey, it's not about what should I be doing, it is what you desire to do. Anything that you desire to do is what you should be doing. If you're not doing what your soul, if you're not doing what your spirit, what your soul and your spirit is telling you to do or guiding you to do, then you're not living your life purpose, is what your spirit guides is saying. The color orange is coming up with you, and we're speaking about creativity. We're also speaking about healing, or rather dealing with the sacral chakra. So I'm not sure if you are in a relationship, or rather just getting out of one. But your sexual organs is coming up in terms of healing wise, right? So when along your spiritual journey, as you begin to, meditate, or concentrate on certain parts of your body for healing purposes, you want to focus on the sacral chakra, is what they're saying. As you focus on the sacral chakra, your creative mind will begin to blossom, is what they're saying. The creative mind will begin to blossom. You will now begin to be, I guess, secured with the decisions that you're making. So one of the things with you, beloved, what I will recommend is first getting into the grounding phase of yourself, or within your spirituality. Again, yesterday was the winter solstice. So during these times, is the time is planting season, right? Planting out all of the different ideas that you want, only for it to blossom. However, in order for you to plant or have these ideas, the creative mind has to be active. So going, so as the way that you activate the creative mind is by, in your situation, dealing with the sacral chakra. Dealing with the sacral chakra, dealing with the color orange, the orange vibration. So do you meditate?
I do, but not like.
I'm sorry, can you turn up your volume? Yeah.
Yeah, I do meditate, but it's not something that I do like regularly or consistently.
Well, we will recommend for you to ground yourself, or rather get into the zone where you are focus in terms of what it is that you desire to do. Because what your spirit guides are saying, that he is multi-talented. You have a lot of skills within yourself, or rather a lot of entities within yourself that wants to, project, or rather wants to be known. So one of the things is, what your spirit guides is saying is, what matters to you? What is it that matters to you? Whatever matters to you right now, in terms of what you feel can make a change, or what you feel like, can rather change your life or change the world, or something would change with you. And like when somebody say, well, okay, you're going to get in business, make sure the business that you're getting into is going to be a success. That's what I mean by, making this change, or rather, what is it that matters to you? Whatever don't matter to you, beloved, you want to you want to just let it go. Are you a trainer? Do you train? Have you used to train? Or
well, I do like mental health skill building. So
okay.
I kind of right now like coaching people how to do daily like living.
I'm sorry. Can you repeat that?
I said right now I do mental health skill building. So I kind of coach people how to do like daily living skills like budgeting, making appointments, going to the doctor, picking up medication and stuff like that.
Okay. You want to take that to the next level, though. Are you working for someone?
Yeah, I am.
Little by little, though, little by little, to the extent that you, okay, so look at it like this. Look at it as you are gaining experience by working with this person that you're working for. Once you become confident, or once you begin to ground yourself and become secure, right? And we're speaking about spiritually secure, spiritually grounding yourself. This is when you will be able to make that next step, or rather hear what your spirit is telling you in terms of making that next step. I'm only saying this to say that I feel like you have the capacity, or rather the ability, to start doing your own workshops, to start branching off, branching off with the company that you are working for, and doing your own thing. And that's why your spirit guide said, what matters to you? What is the changes that you're going to make in the lives of many people on your own? Again, the reason why I'm saying change is because the number 5 is coming up. So we're dealing with also spontaneous changes, and unique changes, in any event. So spontaneous and unique changes. It can even be a situation where, you just one day just no longer wants to, work at this particular job. However, training in any field which will help people elevate themselves, is what they're saying, is one of your skills. Okay, it's one of your assets. So you want to stick with that. And you want to stick with that in any event. Like I said, I see you looking out the front window. So we definitely dealing with the future, and dealing with abundance, prosperity. And what they're saying is, listen, tell him not to be hopeless. So I don't know if it's a situation with you at times. I'm going to allow you to express yourself and, tell me. But these are the messages that's coming through. I don't know if it's a situation where at times you may feel homeless. Not homeless. Oops. Hopeless. Hopeless. Hopeless about, situations or experiences or plans. Sometimes when things don't happen the way you want it to happen, or things don't happen quick enough, sometimes many of us, we tend to feel hopeless about, okay, well, is this really going to happen? Or am I really going to have this? Or when is this going to happen? Those kind of questions. To the extent that and because you're new into spirituality, I have to, break this down a little bit more to you. To the extent that you feel those, or bring those, or speak those vibrations, or feel that type of way, is to the extent that it's going to come back around to you. The universe is only going to respond to your internal vibration. So if you're feeling hopeless, if you're having doubt, if you're not seeing things for yourself, guess what? You're creating your own reality. You see.
Okay.
You're creating your own reality. What is your sign, my love?
Pisces.
Yeah, just like me. You see what I'm saying? Just like me. So it will make sense. It will make sense for you to stay in the training field only to help lift up, uplift many people. Training, you saying, with the mental, with the mind, cognition. So in any event, as a Pisces, we are known to be entrepreneurs, right? As a Pisces, we are known to work for ourselves. As a Pisces, we are the healers. We train people. We love people. We nurture people. So in terms of you, and that's why they say in grounding yourself, because as Pisces, we could be all over the place, right? So with that being said, that will make sense of why your spirit guides are saying, and also the sacral the sacral chakra came up with you, because again, Pisceans are very, we're very sexual and loving people, right? So you want to balance that, your emotions, and you want to balance, or rather uplift the creative mind by focusing below yourself, right? As above, so below. Have you ever heard that terminology?
Yeah, I have.
Okay, that's what that's about. So to the extent that you want to rise above and be the divinity, or be this healer, or be this teacher, or be this guider, you also have to work on the lower side of you, right? Your lower energies. And one of the lower energies that your spirit guides is focusing on, especially as a Pisces, is the sacral chakra, the color orange. Okay.
Okay.
When's your birthday?
March the 17th.
Oh, I was picking up 11 with you. Oh, you're 2 days after me. Okay, the 17th. One and seven is 8. Oh, 1 and 7 is 8, and 8 and 3 is 11. Yeah, yeah, I'm picking up 11 with you. Transition, master number, right? Healer, teacher. You're the teacher. So teach.
Okay.
Teach the same thing, as you've been doing right now. Um, what you're doing right now. You're teaching, you're guiding, I'm guiding people spiritually, although I may be doing it from home, but I'm still guiding people.
Yeah.
Same thing with you, and that's why I said no. I feel like you are someone that has to branch off, or will be branching off, so you can do your own thing. Pisceans are entrepreneurs. Pisceans don't like to take orders.
Well, I originally what I wanted to do was I guess after I finished school, open up my own practice and do like marriage and family therapy and counseling. That's what I was looking to do.
Oh, that's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing. I mean, you're a Pisces, you know. You're a Pisces, and then two, the number 17, 1 plus 7 adds up to 8. So that is the symbol of as above, so below. 8 deals with the eighth house, right? The eighth house also deals with Scorpio. Scorpio governs the sexual organs. So that's where that connection with you comes in at, health wise, right? If you don't, if as a Pisces, I'm not saying you particularly, but just giving some recommendations. If you out here sleeping with different women, you get what I'm saying? You tend to pick up on their feelings, and you tend to pick up on their emotions as a water sign, and it will be hard for you to concentrate, or it'll be hard for you to remain grounded, because you're having these sexual relations with women that may not be compatible with your higher centers. So again, that number 8 is dealing with sexual energies, money. I'm an 8 of diamonds, dealing with money. And us Pisces, we know how to make some damn money. So on a creative level, though, you understand, it's not making money going to work 9 to 5. It's making money being creative and doing our own skills. And that's why your spirit guide said he has a lot of different entities within himself that needs to come out. That's a Pisces for you.
Okay.
Okay. What is your questions, beloved?
Um, well, when I first started, I guess, hearing about spirituality and stuff, I wanted to, one of the first things that came up was working with my ancestors, and I wanted to know, like, what could I do to kind of bridge that gap or make it a little, how do I move forward with that?
Yes. The most simplest thing that I recommend my clients when they want to bridge that gap is basically setting up an altar for them, right? And the altar is like their home, their house, right? Their house where you give offerings to them, you speak to them, you connect with them, and it's like the bridge because the altar that you will be setting up is also in your house. So that's where that connection is, like going to see them in your own place. Setting up this nice, setting up this nice sacred space for your ancestors in any event. So, set up an altar for them. And one of the ways that you do so, I always say, is you got to put up the things that your ancestors prefer or liked. So, say for example, you want to put up an altar for your grandmother, and she used to like flowers. You want to put up some flowers for her. If your grandfather used to like, sweet potato pie or some pie, at times you want to put up, pie for them. I always like to decorate my altar, rather with candles or incense or, water. uh, Incorporate the four elements within your altar setting. Why? Because it gives it a good feel. It gives it a good energy. It gives it a good vibration. But you also want to put up their pictures if you have their pictures. But if you don't have their pictures, you want to just put up things that that they liked when they lived here on this physical dimension. That's how you bridge that gap.
Well, I have a altar
Mhm.
set up. I just kind of went online and read some stuff and kind of started putting things on there that I felt were okay to put on there. Um, but I guess I haven't really had. I think before I was just kind of trying to have like like I was expecting an experience, and I guess I never got that. So maybe I was just kind of like, oh, okay, well, I mean, I still have it set up, but I guess I just kind of need to focus on it a little more.
Yeah, you need to focus on it a little more. You need to be a little bit more specific. Cause you just said, oh, I put things up on there that I felt that they liked. You can't do that. I mean, you could. I can't tell you what you can't do. You could. However, it's like giving me some damn chicken on my altar, and I'm a vegan. Oh, I just thought that she
Mhm.
would like that. Nah.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? You don't you That's why when you do altars, you always be specific. Like Mama Oshun, when you create an altar for Mama Oshun, she likes beautiful things. She likes jewelry, she likes mirrors, she likes perfumes, she likes sweet milk. You're not going to put some sour thing on, something sour on her altar, a sour juice, a sour, no. Oh, because I felt that this is what she liked. No.
Okay.
That's where the mistake perhaps came in at. Just change it around.
Okay.
Mhm.
Um. So I guess what would my spirit guides say? I know you already talked to me about meditating and focusing on my sacral chakra. But what else could I do to kind of help raise my vibration, I guess?
I can tell you a lot of things. I can tell you what I do. First of all, my diet is different. I try to eat foods that are basically that are electrical. Because to the extent that you provide the body with electrical foods, your body is always on a high, right? It's resonating on a higher vibration because you are providing the body with higher centered food. So, food, changing your food if you're not, eating properly. In any event, throughout the day, I'm always chanting, or rather meditating. Another thing is spiritual baths. I always recommend spiritual baths. I have some on my site. um saging yourself down at times, to just uplift that or to remove any type of obstacles or heavy feelings around your aura field or within your external body. What else you can do? You can also believe, as Piscean words is I believe, believing in yourself, right? That's another thing that you can do to, uplift your spirituality. Also, mantra gazing. Mantra gazing is another tool that you could use to open up that pineal gland, right? And that's
What is that?
mantra gazing is basically you get like a mantra or you get a mandala, um, and then you just gaze at the mandala. Like there's
Okay.
different mandalas. Is like there's like because what it is within the mandala there's different uh dimensions, right? It's different dimensions within dimensions within dimensions within dimensions. That is corresponding to the subconscious mind, right? The subconscious mind understands dimensions under dimensions because it's the subconscious mind is what is hidden, is what your the right brain is focusing on, right? Because the subconscious mind picks up on everything. So to the extent that you begin to exercise that subconscious mind by focusing on things that that has different levels of understanding of dimensions, that's when the pineal gland begins to become activated. Because
Okay.
again, the subconscious mind deals with cosmic information. When we're dealing with the Kabbalah, when we're dealing with the tree of life, when we're dealing with geometry, all of those different sacred symbols deals with activation of the pineal gland, you see. So that is
Yeah.
that's another tool that you can use, just daily, every day, just rather it's once a day, 30 minutes, whatever. Even when you're on a bus, train, or your lunch break, just gaze into it.
It's crazy because I just bought one of those like last week maybe,
Mm.
and I
Well,
was
there you
gonna
go.
try to kind of work with it a little bit, but
There you go.
I just
Yeah. That came through, so that's a confirmation for you.
mhm.
Mhm. That's a confirmation for
Okay.
you. So that's a good, you got to just start from that. You want to always, even as a Pisces, because you are very, sensitive to other people's emotions and feelings. Rather you know it or you don't know it. Water signs always absorb the atmosphere, the energy within the environment, regardless if you know that or not. So within my practice, at least weekly or monthly, you want to take a spiritual bath. You want to just cleanse you on a spiritual level. Why? Because you're using the element of water to cleanse you. And then two, the sage is the air element, right? And then the fire is the candle element, and then the earth is the crystal element. So using these different types of element to, enhance your spirituality is beneficial. On top of the diet, on top of the mandalas.
Okay.
Okay.
One of the things that I guess, I've been going back and forth about is actually like I want to get involved in a actual spiritual practice, but I was unsure of, you know, be the right fit for me, and I guess I kind of just haven't. I went to a shrine. I did a reading at a shrine and a con shrine once. I plan on having a reading done by an owl, or babalawo, but is there something like, I guess showing which way I should go or how I should go about, knowing what would be best?
Benny, you're God. You are God. You are God. You are the creator of your own reality. You make your own spiritual practice up, as I did for myself. I don't feel like, anything. Basically, don't look external for something that's internal. I already mentioned, I already gave you the foundation of focusing on what it is that you should do in order for you to create your own reality. The first thing what I mentioned to you is the sacral chakra. So even getting your chakras aligned first. How you don't got your chakras aligned, but yet you want to go and try to get in tune with another sacral or spiritual practice? You understand what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense. Because guess what? You yourself, you're not coming into it as God. You coming into it expecting something out of it. You understand? While you are no lesser than anyone else. You're no lesser than Babalawo. You're no lesser than me. I'm no lesser than you. You understand? And as a Pisces, we're on point with a lot of spiritual aspects. We are the psychic ones. We are the healers spiritually. You understand? Scorpions too, Cancers, alright. But within the water signs, Pisces are known for this. So I'm not telling you not to go. I'm telling you first to work on yourself first. And then once you begin to work on yourself first and things begin to, reveal itself, then I will feel more comfortable with you, making a decision rather you want to go to, a certain type of whatever spiritual practice, rather it's Buddhism, blah blah blah. You could read up on it and whatever resonates with you. The Tibetan, the monks, or the Kemet, the Buddhists, the Orishas, whatever. You could read up on it, and whatever speaks to your heart, speaks to your soul, then you go with it. But I feel like you should first go within and align those chakras, align those center points, and then move forward. That, remember when I said what matters to you? Whatever matters to you, you go for it.
Okay.
All right, beloved.
Well, this coming up year, like next year, I had planned on kind of, I guess, trying to work on myself. Like that's the whole thing. Like I've been thinking about. So I just got out of like a relationship, and it was kind of, breakup was real messy, and it's kind of like you mentioned, you were saying how I could pick up on other people's energy or other people's emotions, who I'm with, and I do believe that. Like I believe that. I think that's something that I've experienced, and I've kind of come to that conclusion, over the past few weeks of, me being mad or me being upset or something, and, just having like this weight on me, but I can't shake it, but once I talk to someone or once I, find out that they're okay or whatever, like, it was completely gone. And I feel like, that's something that I've kind of come to understand, like I said, in the past couple of weeks.
Well, again, it just goes back to the sacral chakra. Remember, I believe I mentioned that breakup relationships. Yeah, I believe I mentioned that. So again, like I said to you before, your spirit guides are going to tell me things about you from the past, present, and future, only to help you along your spiritual path. So again, That sacral chakra is hitting on a lot of points with you. The sacral chakra is hitting on the relationship that you just mentioned, to let go of these feelings, or to rebuild that. The sacral chakra is also building up on creativity with you, right? The sacral chakra is also hitting on that particular energy point within your chakra levels that's going to bring you to another level, right? The sacral chakra is also speaking about ways, once you balance that sacral chakra out, it will help you to unlock ideas for you to make this money. The number 8. So I just mentioned 4 different main points that you will benefit from the sacral chakra. So I'm saying this to say that you got a lot of healing, or digging in deep, or geometry, or remember I said dimensions after dimensions after dimensions after dimensions. This is it. Dimension after this dimension, after that dimension, after that dimension, that you have to deal with when you resonate, or rather focus on that sacral chakra. Dealing also with the reproductive system. Because again, it's not about, you having anything crazy, but it's all about sexually transmitted infections, or spiritually transmitted diseases that you might have picked up from this particular sister that you no longer have a relationship with. And you just mentioned, listen, it was a bad breakup. So not only are you, deviating yourself as a Pisces, we're very emotional at times, or sensitive to certain things. We got to process it first in order for us to let it go, right? We got to make sure that, damn, what happened? We got to process it first in order for it to let go. During the processing stage, one of the things that you could work on, again, going back, is the sacral chakra. Because you're moving away from someone that you had this sexual bond with. Sex is a bond. You get what I'm saying? Sex is a bond. You create a particular entity. I'm gonna tell you one thing. This is what one of my Jetnas told me when I was going through my breakup with one of my first loves. I didn't understand. I didn't want to be with him. You get what I'm saying? Like I accepted that we were no longer together, but I just kept thinking about him. You get what I'm saying? I just like, and I felt like, if he was to call me, yeah, probably I can, see it through with him again, blah, 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 whatever. But my Jetna said to me, she was like, no, she was like, you haven't broke that sexual bond with this brother. That's why your ass is thinking about him like that. And it made sense. So I'm only saying this to tell you I'm passing down that jewel for you as a Pisces, as my brother. As you just mentioned that it was a bad breakup, etc., etc. You see? So breaking that sexual bond, that you had with this particular person will then help you to move forward and find your good elsewhere.
Okay.
All right.
Well, in the upcoming year, I feel like I had kind of thought about more so being more focused on myself and improving myself. And the 2, I guess, main things that I was going to try is I was going to start trying to do the meditation a little more, and I'm supposed to be starting Tai Chi classes.
Nice.
Kind of work with that, because I know for me, I used to do a lot of running, and when I used to be outside, like be out in nature, like in the forest.
Yeah, that's why I was like, that's why I was picking up that training thing with you. That that fitness training stuff too. Yeah. Go ahead.
But I used to do that, and because I used to be in the Marine Corps, so it kind of got to where me running, like I realized that after I got out, like running was meditative for me. Like I could get down into like a deep place and kind of just clear my mind, and I didn't have to think about anything. and I, you know, I had that going on. So that's something that I want to get back into, and I want to try and use the Tai Chi to do that along with, you know, running and just getting at home. But another thing that I was thinking about was like Reiki and learning how to do that, or going through, like, I guess the first level of that, which is something that's happening like next month in a couple weeks.
Well, I mean, you know, I would definitely, you know, I would definitely, um, again, when we speak, that's why your spirit guides mentioned that you have different entities within yourself, right? These is all the different
Mm-hmm.
entities that you have within yourself. This is what I was speaking about when I said you have different entities within yourself that's trying to come out. So you got the Tai
Mm-hmm.
Chi thing going on, right? You have the running thing going on, right? You have the energy work that you also want to do, the Reiki thing. These is all skills that will come about that will, you know, enhance your spirituality and also enhance your business on a healing level. Again, as a Pisces, you are a healer. So I would definitely recommend all of these different, you know, modalities within yourself. But you got to first start with, like you said, I'm just focusing on myself, you know. And to the extent that you focus on yourself and go within, as I told you, the internal universe, to the extent that you focus on yourself, is to the extent that what the plans will now begin to come about, you know, like you will begin to be able to write out whatever it is that you want to manifest, right? But first, the first and foremost thing is the grounding as a Pisces. You see,
Okay.
grounding as a Pisces. So I mean, I feel like every, you know, all of the different things on the spirit, if it's dealing with spirituality, it's good for you. Because again, we dealing with the number 8, you are the number 17. So we dealing with the number 8, and also, like I mentioned, 3 and 17 is adding up to 11. So 11 is the master number. 11 is the number of transition, taking someone from one particular area to another dimension or another state of consciousness. You are good at that. That is your life path number. Look it up. You know what I mean? I'm just decoding it. You know, I'm just
Okay.
decoding this stuff. So if you, and again, you are already in a field. You are already in a field of training people. You get what I'm saying? Helping people with just the basic things. So now, and like that's why your spirit guide said he's only in there for training or gaining experience so that you can take it to the next level. You have a lot of different skills that you have already incorporated from being in the Marines and other things of that nature. So when are you going to come up with this business plan? Is the question. And that's why the first thing that came up was you looking outside of the window, the front window, which is the future, entrepreneurship. You got to do it, brother. I'm picking up more so that may be happening by 6 months from now. The summer season is what they're saying. So look out for a change within that particular time, which will be a bright future, is what they're saying. Definitely seeing stars come about. So star activation is what they're saying. Again, I don't know exactly what may star activation may be DNA activation within yourself. Star activation may be, you know, the central nervous system, because again, the central nervous system deals with electrical circuits, and you know, you have different cells within our body that looks like stars. But I'm feeling more so that these stars that they are referring to is not the external stars, but the internal stars, right? Being magical is what they're saying. So begin to be magical. Begin to, you know, be yourself. Be free. Stop allowing other people's emotions and feelings to take over your mind, is what they're saying. Where's your moon? Where's your moon sign?
I don't know.
Okay. That's something good to you know, also look into. I started this service for my clients where I'm beginning to do natal chart readings or decode natal charts for them. So again, I would recommend that you look at your natal chart, and you can have a more so of an advantage to what will be happening for you, or your good side and your bad side. What are you strong at, and what are what's your weakness. And again, as a Piscean man, that is caring and loving, one of the things that I will say to you is balancing your emotions when it comes down to your relationships, because you don't want to fall in these feelings of depressiveness, or feeling sad, or feeling emotional, or feeling off balance. You don't want to fall into that. You want to have a balance with the people or the sisters that you're dealing with in any event. So again, I would definitely look into how to or rather not even look into it, because again, it just goes back to the sacral chakra. In any event, do you do any type of writing or singing or anything?
Um, I try to write, like poetry or spoken word.
Yeah.
Like I write down some of my thoughts from time to time, but I mean, I'm not like a poet or anything.
Because you're not claiming to be. You hear what I'm saying? Because you're not claiming to be. You already started. I'm seeing you writing. I'm seeing this happening. And again, it don't have to be on a professional level. It could be on your own personal level. Many of us have to get back and write, and have to get back into a state of keeping a diary, keeping a journal, you know, documenting different timelines within our experiences, only for us to go back and, you know, learn from it, right? Because, say, for example, right now, let me give you a good example, right? Say, for example, right now, you just said that you recently or whatnot, went your separate ways from, someone that you was dealing with, right? And you said that it was a bad breakup. So now that, say you start to write about your emotions and write about your feelings, this is what I used to do. This is what I used to do that helped me out. Write about my feelings, write about, damn, I can't believe he did this to me. I really love him. How did he do this? And, blah, 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 blah. So now 5 years, if I was to open up that journal again, I'll laugh at it, or I'll find closure within myself, because 5 years from now I'm a totally new person. But had I not had that recording, 5 years prior, I probably wouldn't have seen my progress.
Yeah.
So again, that's another recommendation for you, beloved. That's another recommendation for you to, ascend with your emotions. If you can't, you say, oh, you can't settle down unless you hear somebody's okay. Write it out. Claim that they are okay. I got a journal to the universe. Write to the universe. Currently got a journal to the universe.
Okay.
You see. So I'm just giving you, these different tools and recommendation, and it's good because we're both Pisces, so you will definitely you could definitely benefit from that, only on because it's esoteric a little bit, right? Anybody could benefit from what I've mentioned. However, I'm speaking on a Piscean wave. So Pisceans will more so benefit from what I've been saying, only because the feeling of it will be will be similar, right? The feeling, the therapy of it, because every sign copes with things differently. So,
Okay.
you have any other questions?
Um, no, not really. I feel like, you kind of hit on the different things, but it's more so I just kind of have to ground myself and work on myself, which is something that I've kind of, I've been thinking, or something that I've kind of been feeling, but, I guess sometimes, like, I just feel like I need some sort of, I guess, guidance. Almost like kind of I'm accustomed to being told what to do. So it's like I'm looking for some, looking for some sort of instruction. But, I guess from what you told me, it's completely different.
It's brother, it's the other way around, beloved. Let me tell you something about psychology, right? When you want something done, you don't ask them, you tell them. And that puts a person in a situation where they feel obligated to do so. So say, for example, you hungry. You don't say, oh, can you bring me something to eat? You tell them, bring me something to eat. Like, what? Bring you something to eat? Yeah, and then you say, well, can you bring me something to eat? But that bring me something to eat has already been implemented in their subconscious mind. So again, we're dealing with language here, and we're dealing with spells. So people are casting spells on you, because you're so wavy or go with the flow type of thing, right? Or don't want to hurt nobody's feelings. Oh, okay, I'm gonna do it. Oh, okay, all right, that's cool, that's fine. If it's not stepping on your toes as much, you're gonna go with it because this is what has been asked. It's okay. Many of us are servants, and many of us are, the demanders. I'm a servant to the people. I don't give a damn. I'm a servant to the people. I serve people. You get what I'm saying? I serve. So in any event, however, with you, I feel like you are not the servant, but you're the one that is teaching. You're the one that is telling. So I'm going back to what I'm feeling is more so like you haven't even lived. You're living someone else's reality. The reason why I say you live in somebody else's reality is because you are pleasing too many people and not pleasing yourself. Oh, this person told me to do this. All right, let me do this. My mom wants me to go to college. All right, let me go to college. Do you want to go to college? And that's why your spirit guide said it is what matters to you. Now I understand that. As you reveal certain things, now I understand that message. When they said if it doesn't matter to you, then that's not what you should be focused on. You should only be focusing on the things that matters to you. So if changing other people's lives matters to you, you need to go ahead and do that. If changing yourself matters to you, you need to go ahead and do that. If buying you a brand new expensive coat matters to you, you need to go ahead and do that. It's just as simple.
Okay.
You see. This session has been recorded, beloved. So,
Okay.
so all of this information is processing through your mind. I get it, but once you receive this recording and dissect it, is a lot of things is gonna unlock. I already feel it with you. So a lot of things is gonna be like, oh, yeah, right. I see where she's coming from. That type of thing, because you're gonna dissect it. You're gonna have more time with this recording.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Have you seen my other sessions or no?
Have I had other sessions?
No, have you seen my other sessions?
Oh yeah. I was on YouTube and I seen some of this stuff. Like I seen like maybe 2 or 3 of the sessions that you had done with a couple of other people, and it was something that I thought maybe that I could use.
Well then.
Kind of help me out, because I've kind of felt like I've been like in a rut, like in as I said, like in the email, like I I have these depressive episodes sometimes where I'm just kind of like all the way like bottomed out, and it takes me. I realize a lot of that, and that's what I was saying about my relationship. I realized a lot of that came from my relationship and her and I, and her being upset about something, and me just kind of being drained or whatever because of this. It wasn't, it wasn't right. Like, it wasn't okay. Like, she wasn't okay. And I found myself kind of being more concerned about myself than, not myself, but being more concerned about how she felt it, and if we were okay, than myself.
Yeah. That's a Pisces for you, sacrificing yourself for other people, making sure other people is good before they they look at themselves. I'm like that now. Everybody comes to Ella. Besides my clients, on a personal level, I'm the go-to person. Ella, 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 Ella. This is what happened. Ella, can I get this? Ella, I just want to make sure everybody's good. But guess what? The universal creator puts you in that particular situation. But the reason why you're flooding in the waters is because you have not yet balanced yourself.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't, you booked this session about what, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago or something?
Mhm.
I don't even remember, the content of your email. However, if this is coming up now, then that means that, it's just confirmation for yourself.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. So, would you like this session to be uploaded to you privately, or you give me permission to upload it publicly?
You can upload it publicly if you want.
Okay. Well, thank you, brother. Thank you so much. I will send you an email as soon as I get a chance to upload this session. And I'm a bit backed up on these sessions here, so just give me some time. Okay?
Okay. All
right, beloved. Okay. Thank you so much. Creative bless. I'm gonna pray for you, my brother. I'm gonna pray for you. All right.
All right.
Okay. Bye-bye.